I'm Keith Strickland. We're in the B-52’s.
We're the new feature on ACTV.
We were a group of friends hanging out, not a lot to do. We would go to parties. We would we would have dance parties, and we put on R&B records, listen to James Brown and Joe Tex and people like Booker T and the MGs, Junior Walker and the All Stars. So one night, the five of us with Ricky at the time, we all were hanging out, and we went to a Chinese restaurant, and we drank this drink called a Flaming Volcano, which was a big rum drink with about 5 different varieties of rum. And anyway, we went to a friend's house, and we started jamming one night, and he had instruments. I had been in a band with this friend of ours, Owen, and Ricky as well. And so we started jamming. Actually, I was playing guitar in the first jam session. Ricky was playing congas. And then we thought, well, this sounds really great. I had worked a little bit with Fred prior to that. We had this one band called Night Soil, which was basically noise guitar and Fred reciting poetry. And anyway, so we were experimenting, doing stuff like that around that time. And so we'd had this one jam session, and we really liked the way it sounded. Kate and Cindy's voices blended so well. It was like there was this instant sound. So we thought, well, let's do it some more, and let's just try some more sessions. And we did. And then a friend asked us to play at her Valentine's Day party, and we did that. And but I mean, we didn't really think it out. We didn't start the band. We didn't think we were going to be doing this for 30 years more. Yeah, and so we didn't really think it out. We had this sound that just happened. I mean, I think that's what you get with a lot of bands. It's something about these individuals coming together. The guitar thing started, with Ricky Wilson, and he had a Moss-Right guitar, and so the characteristic of that guitar was very twangy. So, and then after Ricky died, I moved from drums to guitar and tried to keep some continuity with what Ricky did. And I'm much more rhythmic, much more of a rhythmic player, a rhythm player than Ricky was. He did this real interesting thing between alternating between sort of the bass strings on the guitar and the higher strings. And we use open tunings. I use open tunings. So.
Take us into those open tunings. What are they? Did I ask you these questions?
I actually don't know what they are in my head. I have them written down somewhere. I always have to look them up. But they're tuned lower than usual. They're Fs, and I don't know, it gets down to Fs. The E turns into an F, and I don't know what they are. Asked me frequently, do I miss playing drums? But I don't, because the way I play guitar is like playing drums. It's, it feels the same to me. It really does. It sounds bizarre, but it's true. It just feels the same. I'm big on chords. I love open tunings. You can just go for a real gut response with open tunings. And Tracy's great to play with. We have so much fun together.
Well, thank you, Keith.
And we have a great band. Sterling Campbell on drums and Paul Gordon on keyboards and second guitar. And it's a great rhythm section, I think. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, when did we start working with you?
1990.
During Cosmic Thing. Yeah, Tracy came in.
When I was 4.
That's such a Fred answer.
I actually played with the band. I first started with the band back in 1990 when they were during the Cosmic Thing tour. So I have a history with the band, definitely, and then yeah, I did TV for a little while, and it was like my 9 to 5-ish kind of thing. You know, we got a chance, but felt so good to get back to like my roots, really. You know, I mean, I've when I'm back with when I got back with the band, it was like rejoining my family again. You know, because we have that sort of familial feel, don't you think?
Yes, absolutely.
Definitely, yeah. So it felt good to come back to the fold after the corporate life, right? The musical corporate life, so to speak. Although on TV I got a chance to play a lot of different styles and a lot of different artists, and that was cool, you know. But, you know, I'm more at home in this situation, definitely. I kind of came up, you know, I kind of came of age, I guess, in the 80s, you know. And so,
the New York scene.
Right, exactly. You know, live music, lots of live music everywhere, like a multitude of venues, you know. So I got a chance to meet and be around a lot of great musicians, playing anywhere from jazz to punk, you know. So I think that kind of shaped my background, really, you know. And when I grew up in a musical household, more or less. You know, my dad's a drummer, my brother's a drummer. I have a sister who sings also, and I heard all types of music when I grew up, you know, and so kind of all synthesized when I picked up the bass, I guess.
But we did know that we wanted to create dance music because, you know, we really liked, you know, dancing to R&B stuff. So that was kind of an underpinning to our music. And as a drummer, I was, you know, I really liked the backbeat, you know, and it was... I never thought of it as being a Southern sound, but now when I listen to some of the earliest stuff, I can hear, and some of the riffs, like for instance in Private Idaho, if you slow that riff down, it's very bluesy, and a lot of our stuff has some, you know, it has some very strong roots, Southern roots in it, and I didn't think about it at the time. We were so unconventional, our approach. You know, some of the older local musicians just said, they can't play their instruments, you know. But we just had an unconventional approach, and we've always done it that way, you know. Our whole career has been sort of structured that way, around just doing it our way.
I have to say my favorites are 52 Girls and Love in the Year 3000.
Yeah, those are fun. I like Ultraviolet off Funplex. I really enjoy playing that. It just has this groove that's just a lot of fun to lay into, you know. It's a little bit different too for us, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just added 52 Girls back into the set. That's a lot of fun to do.
I've always loved playing that one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. My favorites would be, I love doing Give Me Back My Man. It's just so cathartic. It's a very interesting song. The lyric is very cinematic, it's very visual, has a lot of emotion to it. Cindy's vocal performance is very emotional, and the music just kind of just flies. You know, we kind of go. You just get swept up into this whirlpool of sound, and it's a lot of fun. The experimental message.
I love it because to me it's so awesome.
You mean during the peyote period?
I love it. I really love
The
it.
Peyote Chronicles?
I love that album.
Mesopotamia. You know, that album actually came about sort of because our management said, you should change your style. And I remember thinking, no, we don't. You know. Anyway, but we did try, and we experimented. And, you know, there's some fun songs on that. You know, we do Mesopotamia. We actually do it a little bit different. We do it a lot differently from the album. It's, how would you say, much more clubby, dancey?
Yes.
Kind of. It's kind of like a club mix version, played live. David Byrne produced Mesopotamia. You know, he had a lot of ideas of his own that he came in with, which was a little bit different for us because the first two albums were already mapped out. I mean, we were performing them and live for like 2 years or so or more, and so that album was, you know, it was very much a studio album, which was very different for us at the time. I don't know. We were all living together in a house upstate New York, and living together and writing together, which wasn't the best atmosphere to create in. But I don't know. I like that album. It has some, you know. Actually, I know a lot of people that it's their favorite album. You know, it has Cake. That's a very popular song. We've never performed it live, I don't think, but that's a fun song to know.
My name is Ed Lehan. I'm the guitar tech for the B-52’s, and I take care of Keith Strickland. It's going great, man. These are one of the best bands in the world to work for. They really take care of us, and I couldn't imagine a better group of people to work for. Keith really likes things to sound the same every time. So, you know, in all the different venues, it's always a challenge to try to, you know, get him comfortable and make him happy. But he's so easy going about it. Sometimes there's problems you can't avoid, and, you know, he understands that. This is his main guitar right here, a Fender Telecaster. Just actually bought it last year. He, for a long time, he'd been playing Strats, and about a year and a half ago, he just really wanted to change over and start playing Telly. So I went out and just, you know, played a couple different guitars, and this one it just felt so good and sounded so good. I had to buy it right there for him, and he's been playing it as his main guitar ever since. It's really not all that complicated, you know. He really likes, you know, the sound of those Max and Overdrive pedals, you know, and through a couple Fender Blues DeVilles with a TC Electronics Nova delay, you know, on top of that. But really, that's really all he uses. He just likes a real bright sound, real twangy, telly, bright sound, and you know, it's pretty simple other than that. And then using the other Line 6 guitars, of course, for all the, you know, the older alternate tuning songs that he likes to, you know, that really those alternate tunings, without the Line 6 guitars, we wouldn't be able to do them all. But, you know, they really make life a whole lot easier. But, you know, all the new stuff, the whole new album is all done on the Fender Tellys. Some advice for the future techs, you know, like being away from home. Like missing your friends and family, like, you know, Facebook and webcams, because you spend a lot of time with those. That's, you know. But seriously, you know, it's, you know, get your feet wet with your local companies that you work with. You know, find some local backline guys or a local sound company and, you know, get a job with them. That's how you meet all the guys like me coming through town. You know, you get to know us, we like you, you know, we ask you to go out on the road with us. That's how it works. That's a wrap here in B-52's Guitar World. Take care, and we'll see you soon.